Could this really be the bourbon of the year? Well, I'm about to dive in and tell you my true thoughts on this one. Like every Elijah Craig barrel proof release, I was so excited to get Elijah Craig C923. As you know, it's got a 13-year, 7-month age statement on it. It comes in at 133 proof. Holy moly. Now, just because it has a 13-year-old age statement doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to just blow your mind. I think that sometimes we get so caught up in looking at age statements on things and forget to stop and take a second and just enjoy the whiskey for what's in the bottle that we just lose our minds. Sometimes we just lose our minds. Let's dive into this one. I'm gonna break this one apart. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Now let's do this. Cheers to you guys. Here we go. Well, that was measly. All right, so if you didn't remember, earlier this year, I told you I loved ECBP A123. A123 was so good. I gave it 4.5 corks out of 5. I thought it was fantastic. I didn't like B523 as much. It just kind of missed the mark, honestly. It just wasn't as good. And it was actually one of the lesser good, if that even makes sense, releases of the last few years. But that's okay because, like, most of the time, even when they're not as good, ECBPs are still fantastic, consistently good. Let me tell you my thoughts, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think of it compared to A123 at the end. Here we go. On the nose. This smells fantastic on the nose. It's caramelly, vanilla, lightly oaky. There's a light nuttiness to it. It even has a tingle of like cream soda. Smells like caramelized sugar. It does kind of tingle the nose hairs a little bit. That proof, I can definitely feel it on my nose. Overall, it smells fantastic. It really does. The nose on this one is really, really good. It's oaky, it's vibrant, it's rich. It's kind of just like really bold and in your face. So if you don't like a bourbon that's gonna be like slap in your face, then you might not like the nose on this one. Here we go, let's taste it. Gosh, dang. It's really good. It really is good. There's so much going on the palate of this one. Right up front, you get this sweet, oaky vanilla flavor, and then it kind of rolls into like more of like a tingly cream soda, oakiness, light chocolate, a little bit of nut, like a lot of caramel. This one has a lot of caramel. It kind of reminds me of like, oh, like an old-fashioned homemade. Do you guys ever eat homemade ice cream? When I was growing up, we had this homemade ice cream thing where you pour the salt and the ice and the thing. You make the homemade ice cream. Well, it has a particular flavor. Like the vanilla has a very particular flavor. And that's what I get out of this. I get that flavor, but then I get this like caramel drizzle over the top of it, sprinkle a little bit of nuts, and that's what you get out of this. And then you add in some of that oaky flavor. And it really is fantastic. Let me take another sip here. Yeah, it's really good all the way through. Even the finish sits there. It like, as you kind of get that warm, spicy stuff in the middle, like even some baking spices, like a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, right in the middle, then it kind of rolls into more of that sweet vanilla and caramel on the very back end, and that flavor just sits in your mouth. It's really, really nice and enjoyable. I like this one a lot. I really do think it's great, and that's why I'm gonna go ahead and give this 4.5 corks out of 5. Now, if you remember earlier, I told you I gave A123 4.5 corks out of 5. I know people are losing their minds over C923, but let's not forget A123. Let's not forget to go back and try them side by side. Personally, I think that A123 and C923 are very comparable, very delicious, and seriously, the price tag on these is fantastic. For what you're getting a 13-year-old plus bourbon at 133 proof for under $100 in most places. Like, I think retail on this is like $90. That's insane. Maybe it's less. It might be $80. That is an insane value, especially when you consider other bourbons that have been released this year at much higher price points with lower age statements. This is fantastic. It's great. I would recommend it. I would buy it. And you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong with any ECBP. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm crazy for thinking A123 might be just as good? Well, I might be crazy, but I'm just speaking the truth from my heart and my soul. everything I believe in, this is my truth. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I'm Dara, I'm the Average Drinker, and I'll see you next time.